Living in Ghana, abroad, a first-timer visiting Ghana, or a company wondering where to get quality service providers in Ghana for any job, then Ajumapa On-Demand Services is here to assist you. Ajumapa On-Demand Services connect requesters and service providers such as masons, plumbers, electricians, auto repairers, home and office cleaners, trash collectors, rent agents, spa attendants, roofers, beauticians, teachers, CCTV installers, and all artisans on one platform. Yes, one platform. Trust Ajumapa On-Demand Services to sort you out any day, anywhere, and at any time. To download the app, please visit the App Store and Play Store or visit our website www.ajumapa.com.
Hi there, my name is Calibos, the only boss with one S. Happy New Month to all of you. Welcome to a month of new possibilities. Do you know why life has been made so easy? It's because of Tap Send. People, Tap Send is here to make your life easy if you want to transfer money to Ghana. If you want to transfer from USA, if you want to transfer from UK, Europe, Canada, a lot of places all to Ghana. And guess what? When it comes to Ghana, there's no e-levy charge. So, what are you waiting for? Download Tap Send on Google Play Store and App Store and be ready for exciting offers coming your way each time, every time on Tap Send.
Tap Send. Send more, spend less.
All right, Ebusia for Mama Kwa about SBTV Africa. So, you say about social issues, entertainment, SBTV Africa. Thank God it's Friday. So, I feel when you boy a channel, so don't watch alone. Make sure you tap on subscribe, like, share. Maunu every number join here. 5:30 and Friday. Thank God it's Friday. Now him say 5:30 be an lawyer wisdom akaho eba be drink come away important topic eba be kan. Who questions be obesa obisa no so a obetimi de bisa no. We UK assembly eba be kan na online so dey me go straight. Ya fa me DJ nyame. Yen go straight. Obetimi the questions about 6 ye de ebisa no question be obesa obisa ne bia no. Fat topic I be discuss here any other question obesa obisa no betimi bisa no. Yen go straight na me lawyer wisdom akaho wise man solicitors or straight or London. I mean, a very heavy man, or a heavy man. I know contact no. Who problems near there, and I make catch all. No contact no. Young go straight. I mean, in come lawyer. Where's all?
Yo, Papa, how are you?
Yeah, Sammy, I got you.
Eh, Sammy, I'm on one.
What was Sammy? Meaning I know ya.
Charlie, when here, Wobble.
China. Lawyer, Charlie, what's up? What's everything cool?
By the grace, everything is fine. We are alive. That's the most important thing. We are fine.
Nice one. Click volume. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice one.
So yeah.
And kicking. You are alive and kicking. You are alive.
Yeah, that's good.
Nice one. Lawyer, and where's my solicitors? Say what about the and unim say they be the important way, but omo ebe boa omo mpese boa omo no so mbehwe we ni you be sua de se na be ya ebe boa nkrofo omo akwantuom e na omo afi na omo so mpese omo tukwan enti ene o se ye hwe den
yo DJ me dan say etiofo Ethiopia and that ye person ye share detentions at the airports, Heathrow and other airports in the UK. Detentions and how to avoid detentions.
Wow.
Yes, how to avoid detentions. As I said, yes,
that topic way a very, very important pa. Utimi nya visa, obi bia wa ha, but obi utimi do Heathrow and do airport bia. Na fe de ototo papa so shake onim ni oka na abona be.
Exactly.
Many lady be kasa or say obo airport ba kubi or say and common ni be fie or the airport someone go up and down 7 days. Say papa mba from Ghana and can any ba fie. It's a very important key topic a ehunyamu a akwantu omenu so. uni krono so book eno no kwa wo krono so book dia wo kwa ya ole na wo faso
Energy, exactly.
ba se me no nyina ye kra Ghana book yi de ene de so utie we very important. Okay, lawyer, over to you ntie.
Me da sipa yo. Me no am say ye no topic a ho hia ade a e koso no eno na ya na ye di eba na etiefo ate. Na say me kasa so bi ambisa questions simple at least ye di education no e di ama wom. And the next time no when him say these days. Now, to send your DJ, you know, sir, won't cry British citizenship, won't yet EU national, won't yet citizen of the USA, won't yet Canadian national, won't yet Australian national. I will cry passport. I will wait me for your gates, your e-gates no more. Just say, we could start line. Na immigration officer, I share passport no. Ahwɛ visa kora a yɛde ama wo na wɔbisa wo questions sɛ wotumi ma ne mmuaeɛ a ɛtɔ n'akoma so a anaa ɛtɔ n'asom a na wɔde stamp esi wo passport no mu ama wo na wɔsi bɛsen ansa na wɔatumi afam aba sɛ wonya bɛdu ha deɛ a ɛnna ne nyame na adom wo na nea aka no yɛafa ɛno nso efi ɛhɔ. Now, so near Nansen is said, and a few months, few weeks, and he said, detentions, costo. And to wise man solicitors, we thought, said, it's important to let our listeners be aware of what is the issue. Now, said, you bet to me, yen shisha yen yame ye, na sa problem anko bayen so. And to me fan efi emofra no makọ awarefo mefi awarefo a no makọ skilled workers so I don't say meko emofra so first first of all ye hu se obi edi ni ba eba krom ha na se abofra no onye ono ni papa anane maame ana the legal guardian ena edi ni eba na omagina won na omabisa some questions no why we didn't the abofra ni eba no you may be some questions abofra no nso yet may be some questions and near essence is sometimes if you know application formally so no omobisa say hina na di abofra beba na wo say wo a we any maame ana wo a we any papa no wo na wo kwa kofa abofra no ana wo ni abofra na beba dia ye di visa na mano no na sikasam abeye den ana bibi nti na wa ma obi letter say ono emfa amofra yi emre ana oba nti one ne mofra yi emra what to take it amano wetimi afiga na ho or the letter na kire wetimi afiga na what na play no mu wa ba landi Heathrow Terminal 5 British Airways an opportunity to wo airport air transfer wo mano ebe pie na wo di o makofie no wa transfer obia epie emofra no enya maaye nipa na odi o ma eba so no ono nso wanya mpie ye eno nti na you start panicking na wo ya ha Again, problem EAC. Three things. Number one, in fact, the American make so that we can address these problems so that detention of children and retention of children, interviewing of children will stop because it's causing so much stress of recent times. Number one, Home Office for say, who say Ghana birth certificates no. Most of the times, so yawo abofrana, they don't issue the birth certificates when the child is born or when the child was born. The birth certificates are not issued contemporaneous to the time of the birth. In other words, there will be 2010, 1st January 2010. Enra ena okoji the birth certificate. How many years? That is 13 years. Ansana okwakoji the birth certificate. 13 years after yawo no, ansana okwakoji the birth certificate. It is the case because sometimes say enya dia abofra to kwan a ni papa anane maame won ko register no na ho kwaji birth certificate. And see, Home Office for say, woman who said births are not registered at the time of it doesn't take place, the registration doesn't take place at the time of birth or within 1 year. And don't see, it casts doubt on the genuineness of the birth certificates. It casts doubt on the veracity, that's the word they use, the veracity of the birth certificates. Ni said near Wukano, correct. And until again, I give an example. A child born 1st January 2012, and Wakoji birth certificate 1st January 2023. That is after many years, Ansana, Ukakoji birth certificate. The Senate here, he cast doubt on it. Number 2, Home Office for say, birth certificates nibino. Registrar na or sign ye set or no ena eden in sasha si ansana omo issue birth certificate no omo akọ check it so registrar no na oni position at the time signature no eba birth certificate no so and obi na oni position oni post at the time na wo sign no eba ni sign ena the signature akoda sa birth certificate no so. And also it creates doubt about the genuineness of the birth certificates. The next one is your friend document verification report. Home Office for say documents now with the abofran birth certificate now with the they go behind to check. They do document verification report to be sure say near Wokano is genuine. I don't see reports bebre omwanya no say some of these birth certificates are not in the records at the births and deaths registry in Ghana. Na omujina so na omude aditene even though says sometimes ABI checks na mo ye no and na omwanye check random checks na ABI omude no wo de no wamampa ankɔhwehwɛm yama visa no wabɛdu hitro ha na afei ɛna ɔmo ɛyɛ calls to Ghana to check whether documents na wodi application no ɛyɛ genuine or not na sɛ obi te hɔ a ɔma sɛ saa birth certificate no ɛnyɛ genuine na detention abam ɛwɔ ha nti ɛno so ɛyɛ one reason a ɔmo gyina so ɛde detain tiɛsrɛ mo sɛ wopɛ sɛ wodi birth certificate woba deɛ ɛde ɛyɛ application a misrɛ obtain the birth certificate from the right authorities. Obtain the birth certificate from the right authorities. So bia echo check here evidence ewo ho sɛ this birth certificate is genuine na omo amba be detain uba anawo ewo airport eha. That is A1. Two. Bibi wo ho your friend UK Border Officers Independent Child Trafficking Guardians, and International Immigration. A long name, Mesambo Subium. UK Border Officers, Independent Child Trafficking, Guardians, and International Immigration Report. Ewo UK Border Officers, International Independent Child Trafficking Guardians, and International Immigration Report. Ewo A report prepare, immigration officers are prepared, border officers are prepared. Almost say, this is what they say. Their reports indicate that a lot of applications from specifically Ghana, Omaboy Eding, Yayanya Edimbone, Ewo Sankrofoi, Amanim. Almost say, reports indicate that a lot of applications from Ghana are being supported by this type of erroneous, false, fake birth certificates. Sana amu eka. Because some report the other immigration officers na nemonenti. Woody abofra efi Ghana eba. They stop you, they question you, they interrogate you, they check the child, they ask questions to be sure, sir, a young pastor abofra a wawuba. Sir, one hour kofa uba eba. And no, a lot easier than sir Woody share obinsa, Woody abofana share obinsa, sir, or no empa abofana embra. And to avoid all these detentions, all these problems, say ebeya, say ubana visa, wa kofa ubana, na eneno, emra, one for Heathrow, smoothly, one beduha, na asam, edinasam, echo. And yes, sir, be prepared to be subjected to all kinds of questioning at our airport. Even uwo hompo, so you have to be ready to answer questions because of this report. The UK Border Officers, Independent Child Trafficking, Guardians, and International Immigration. Our report said Ghana, particularly Ghana, yadi birth certificates are enye papa ena edi applications. Nansei mate sa obayebi na wabaye notorious for sadi ena mika say odem oda prison because no na birth certificates no omo ko hwehwe moja mu a mofra na osi omo ye ne ma no na ampa no omo nye ne ma enti se say ameka say odem or serve prison terms owie a wan hwe a omo na deportation order na omo ye na fi krom ha we nanti ama yen kro no we particularly with Heathrow and the other airports no it's creating a lot of problems. The detention is becoming a major issue. And Emofrano, Niamika has to do with children. Birth certificates obtained from Ghana are becoming very questionable. They are being challenged. Verification reports are showing birth certificates now. Any records so the births and deaths. That is serious. That is very damaging to read. Send me reports are ever my name. That is about my country. About another country. It's not good, but it's just not nice reading if it is about my country. And that is the problem I face here. Neomuka Edika Honisa, particularly with GUSS family permit applications, almost in the last 12 months, there have been a lot of applications which were supported by this types of birth certificates. That is to say, immigration data says a significant increase in the number of applications for EU settlement scheme family permits from Ghana. Again, I want to say about Ghana view. Actually, most of our reports, most of our birth certificates are a problem. And until they don't accept, say, abofrano, uba. Say uba, yes, kofa ubano. Now we know Emra UK ha. Na asam edinasam eko. So that is an area of concern, a huge area of concern to us. Yesremo, yesremo. I feel it as a burden to let us know near air cost so that we can avoid some of these problems. Shisha unyame ye na uba when uba na afem na wabese. Another thing is that the Home Office have also got a report from border officials and child protection charities. They have identified the genuineness of the relationship between the family members. Genuineness of relationship between family members. Now, maybe you need not me di me ba eba. Almost say, based on the data they have, the information they have, the reports are obi afrewom, edi amawom, semi ba ye or treat me say, me kura me ni ba, ono na oye way anyway, and odi me ba ye, say me ni ba, na or treat me say, ni say, and then to me person me fifie. Some reports nenti, almost see, recent reports from border officials and child protection charities have identified the genuineness of the relationship with family members, especially EU family members. And nonti ena omo estopi to detain, to question, to grill you to be sure that the relationship is genuine before they will let you pass through. And see, again, this is to inform. So this is what is going on these days. Let's be let's do the right thing. Let me put it that way. Do the right thing. Obtain the documents from the rightful authorities so that some can check in poor. Bibia ewo ho pepepe ewo mrakwa ho. Records ne wo ho. Verification report shows that it's a genuine documentation. It's a nabibia edabibia SSA edano. But so okoji reports no and okoji documents no from the source that is not right and no and a creative problems now. So please, let's take note of that. Another very important thing on Waka again about Emofrani said, Sawusha, the US, the United States Department of the US Department of State, the US Department of State, and no, and yeah, some they gave a warning. The US Department of State warns, this is the word they use, it warns, WARNS, it warns that registrations not made within 1 year of Abufrani birth are not reliable evidence of relationship. That's a birth certificate, and our registration is not made within 1 year of time Abufrana. US Department of State say that birth certificate is not a reliable evidence of relationship. So it's looking as if we are being hit from all angles. The charities are on us. Child protection agencies are on Ghana. UK Border Force are on Ghana. Border official reports are on Ghana. USA are on Ghana. And all other reports, SC. Documents now, but particularly birth certificates now. Say, and yes, unyano within 1 year of when Abufrani Yewuna, I must say it is not reliable. Now, wait media application be. And that is very damaging. seriously damaging. And then say, I just want to caution, say, Ebeya, yes, Ramo, yen, shasi, Ebeya, in your may not problems with Rebia, Ebey, na Amwaya. In addition to that, I want to say this is what it said. Registrations not made, that is the U.S. Department of State warning. This is their warning. I'm saying registrations not made within 1 year of an individual's birth are not reliable evidence of relationship, since registration, including late registration, may often be accomplished upon demand with little or no supporting documentation required. In Tinyamu say registration no yanya within 1 year. Say uko ene say a pro kojo mensa ye di birth certificate be ma o china wo sanko wo say pro ya menu ye be ma another birth certificate. The next day wo sanko wo say pro James Ansa ye be ma birth certificate. The next time wo say pro Andrew Peterson ye ma birth certificate. I don't say they just issue the birth certificates without asking or checking or demanding additional evidence and sana on one issue. And then see, if the birth certificate was not issued within the first 12 months of time Frana, U.S. Department of State said it's not reliable to prove said Papano, any Abufrano, and Amameno, any Abufrano, they are related as they claim, and until applications can be refused. Yet the Maumpo now famu ubadu hitro ha, they can still detain you and ask you questions. So this is what, or these are what is going on. These are the things going on. This is what is going on. This is what is going on. And yes, Ramo, ara, yes, Ramo. So, person with Baba, please. So, if you have birth certificate now, go to the births and deaths registry and obtain it. Say, Omukoko check here, the report shows that one problem there. Say, sir, and it's here, you don't have any problems. But until sir, nasa, uko jiffy baby fufro, na Omuko check it, nasa anywhere, then I'm sorry, but you will be in a very difficult position, because the documents, if they are deemed not to be genuine, you cannot use that to support your application. Or even so, media from Pabadu Hitro ha, you'll still be subjected to all kinds of questioning and grilling. So, and no has to do with Emofra no. Immigration data, reports from the births and deaths registry in Accra or in Ghana, the U.S. Department of State reports, UK border officers, independent child trafficking, and guardians and international immigration reports. SC, the birth certificates now are a problem, and therefore, we do have a bit more detail near visa questions and some welcome, particularly EU nationals and their family members. EU family members, they are the people that have been subjected to this a lot. And that has to do with children. May you call our force. Our for what worry when you who can for genuinely more than Komokakra, our naso, or donaso, waba Ghana, Mwako registry, Mwaye Fiedia, Mwako registry, Mwako worry, Bibia kama, Woody Abreme, my bomb letter kahon, Mushia so and so, near the account. There they are called Obronika Yeno, a born in Tico. So, lawyer, good. Why are there? You've set out the case very clearly. My issue in a visa. What call? Your my email. Your senior said your document is ready for collection. What call? You are very happy. Call Yeno. Any envelope na share wonsa. Ubiemono. Na stamp this simo. Down on our head, you are working on air. Because you are feeling so light. Say, we may be feeling wako. You can't brochure when you are J. Wako one or two people nka ye se tare ade no afo enti me be ko wa pake oniama wa badu Heathrow wa fa airport kotoka wa badu Heathrow. Immigration officer said, welcome. I want to ask you a few questions. Wabisa one question, what time? Second one, when chat. Third one, when chat. No, I catch you say, I would like to see you for further interrogations. Now you do a call, a danky to every mum. A honor, not on wasaba, ni window mo. No, a ja, wo ama officers to now interview you properly. A honor and questions. Ebebe. Now, at the end of it, me see, how can you avoid this? To avoid this, make sure, sir, so baba ka wukuno ho, ana uyire ho a, wukuno ne uyire there. Information sir, esesa wo ho no. Esesa wo ho. There should be no ifs, buts, or what? You should be able to answer the questions without hesitation. You must be able to answer the questions of the immigration officers without hesitation. No dodging, no skiving, no hesitation, no evading of questions. Eye contact, confidently now answer our questions. Yabisa Obi recently, Wabadu Heathrow Airport. Yabisa said, when did you first meet your husband? Ose onkai, meanwhile application form no so no, date na ose ohia ne kunu no, e application form no so. And the immigration officer on TRC said, what kasamu share this date? Wabadu Heathrow, I will say unkai. Some basic questions you have to remember. When you met, where you met, when your relationship started, when you met. Da bang ena mushiaye. Ehe ena mushiaye. Mushiaye ewo Kumasi, ana Koforidua, ana Ho, Takrade, eho na mushiaye yeti ase. Da bang ena mushiaye. Program be ase ena mushiaye. Mushiaye wiye no. Enya ho na relationship ni start here. Tam bang ena relationship ni start here. Relationship ni start wiye no. Tam bang na muye mo adwen se mo ba be ware. Enya se ena relationship start here ne. And then I see everywhere in there. It doesn't happen that way. And what decided as I'm worried no. Tam Benson I'm worried. And when you met, where you met, when the relationship started, when you decided to marry, and when you married. These questions are basic, elementary, fundamental questions you have to know. So uda ne obi nyane ubwa, you should be able to answer these questions. Where you met your spouse, when you met her, when the relationship started, when you decided to marry, when you married. These 4 questions should be a given. Ubeduha, near Hunisa, a Benubeduha near Bisawma, they have no clue at all. And now they get it wrong, especially the date of their marriage. And mandatory true. So Ubeduha, Yabisa said, Damena Muwaria, Usi won't kaida warrior. Report the Armenia recently. Immigration officer Nikai said, in fact, a court and a judge Nikai said, Say Oba on Kai date now warrior dear is it beggars belief. Say Oba must on Kaya or Tiasia, but say Oba because marriage, according to the decision, marriage is held or is very important to women. They hold it very high, as such that the date of their marriage is very important to them. So for a woman to say, on Kai date now a warrior, or no, or share and turn assume. It's possible to forget, but and clear. Oba na ekasa Oba judge and ekasa. So Usha, there are some things they expect, you shouldn't hesitate before you answer. And I have said, time I'm worried, one date, ukunu sama another date. Ebia ukunu ochon airport or outside. Your friend, you be some questions. When we the form no woman and the question na ye be some no, and one ye be some papa no so. Ye be some no one date, ye be some papa no a different date. A ban is detention abebe. And that is that. So one called Ghana, Uncle Waria. The next question I will be said, who represented you? Hina and a representative wo. And a hina and a representative wo. Ghana dear, ye if you warrior. Ansa ni ako registry akwa ware. By all means, obi be representative. So one kwa hina na representative wo. Hina na representative wo. A ding no, e wo mo record so because marriage certificate needs statutory declaration now declare no. And the everything was scanned, so they are able to check it. And in your officer or our record no so and to walk about opinion kojo meno. Meanwhile, a opinion answer and a representative na and also the problems about to avoid detention and ultimate detention at a detention center as a set information via a work with him. Udu ane ebisawa na wetimi afem. We now leads to marriage of convenience. Marriage of convenience. It makes them to conclude that it's not a genuine marriage. Not the leads to detention. Another very important aspect, I'm going to maybe say question is that Ukuno ana uyiri wawari da na se wawari da ne yiri da no ana ne kunu da no your friend is saying naturally se ukuna wari da be jiri sa obeka chiro because divorce certificate no ebeka application no and se ukuna wari da obeka chiro so yiri wari da obeka chiro se want to me and kind of thing na that also becomes an issue nyama bi wo ho no esese wo ho. Another very, very important issue now, mehu bia questions and answers. Ewo ni bag mo. Questions and answers. And see, almost be one or two questions. On kind of, didn't call the room to interview her. And I almost said, the bag mo. Not questions and answers. Who couldn't ewo ho. The date of birth ewo ho. Ni mading ewo ho. Now, me and I'm here immigration officer. Now maybe some questions and I'm a search you back mo. Now me who questions and answers are naturally make us say wa worry enye awaripa because wa waripa who kuno din die enye paper so no bi betro ama wansa na won say me kuno ye friend yaw and your friend answer and tie basa it creates a lot of problems. Yes, Ramon. Nyama bi wo ho a you have to know it. The relationship is genuine. And as long as your relationship is genuine, please take the extra step. There are occasions like, hey, Bia, sweetie, sweetie, we understand. Sweetie, sweetie, Anna, honey, Anna, darling, that is fair. But the young Kasankasati, who do honey, my husband is called darling, and my husband is called sweetie. That doesn't work. It doesn't work that way. It does not work that way. And then you need to know your husband's full name. Ni ding na want a passport no mono. And no necessary ubo. And yen ya ubo with you. If your friend kojo, an friend yaw, an friend if boy, and yet and no and I'm share. Ni ding na want a passport no mono. And no and I'm one coupon a year, one share year detention every. To avoid detention, you need to know the biodata information about your spouse. If the relationship is genuine, your relationship is genuine, as we all know it is, or I believe it's normal, it is. If your relationship is genuine, I will not encourage anybody to enter into a marriage of convenience because it is illegal, it's against the law, and that is out. But one worry, please make sure say information na ehiano na wo dream. Another one is ukuno ana uyiri ne ma so ma omudin design ye from saying omudin fie saying hinanche na omo papa cha na omo mama nchen omufra no ne omakasada. These are some of the information now so just to establish the genuineness of the relationship. Not with me afemu edi aba. With our reform there is a wide range of things. But maybe some of your okuno kra or yejuma. But maybe so. The last time now when you okuno eshia oba Ghana no Dabena Ufi Ghana, Eba, Saba, the UK. But maybe so some questions. And you need to be fully aware of this. Not you make sure, say, you have all the required information. It's your husband. So this is not like I coach you the information. It's natural. The person is your husband, the person is your wife. Some informations you just have to get it and then supply it with confidence. Sometimes as we ever do have, not yet timid, timid. Be confident. Immigration officer no oye nipa. The same blood and the flow through you and them. So be confident, eye contact, answer the questions, don't evade questions, don't dodge the questions, speak to them. Be confident. More information. All they want to be sure of is the relationship is genuine, and then you can pass and go. And these are very important things that the person will teach you. Another aspect, and also here, Omuba with this tier visas, tier 2, health and care worker visa no. Also is another area. Now saying detentions bebree eba ho. Obi aba or say oba abaye care work. Oba ye no wanko anko report e wodwuma. Nya baako ni nya nipa baako na nipa mienu nya nipa miensa bebree anko report e wodwuma mu. So wanko report e wodwuma mu a remember, sir, the employer can notify the Home Office force you were supposed to arrive, you haven't arrived, or you even arrived and you haven't reported. Now, so what do you kuno ena eba ana uyire ena eba be support you one so oba as a dependent. So one one kwadwuma no na ono bedu airport ha ye bisa ne say prove the evidence of letter of employment from your sponsor's employer. Now, and not from your partner's sponsor. When is a letter now? One share, you do go back. You do go back. Because Nipana wunam ne su eba. Ukunu na nenti awoba. Ana wiri na ono nti awoba no. Ono mpo no wanko anko akọ report se okọ akọ yejuma no. E dia na kire se ampa or a genuine is about kuma as a genuine worker. And the hononsu is a problem this day ekosu. And yes, Remo, se waba, se uba beko, uba yejuma, and the uba, please report, especially so yuri anawukuno and subebabia. Make sure so report it. Dana obebano, Kushanwa Airport, ukra paperwork, ukra COS, ukra a letter of employment, contract of employment, via udu wani bisawa, via ni omonhu na clear with me afemo na wepie. So that is very, very important as well. Now going to students. Students in so a bit etimiba na omontimi anko school no na ebia ni yiri nanso na eba. Ana student nankasa mpo wabadu airport hano na omo bisa no questions. School be na woko on kai school ni din. How do you get to your campus? Onim how obetimi edu campus. Hina na sponsor wo ano so on kai. Course be na wo ba be ye on kai. Ana wo akobo course bi keke na eno aye problem. Recently, obi a oba from what I understand, oba with health and care workers visa. Health and care workers visa. Or crap visa no, from my understanding. Or do Heathrow Airport. Yebisa ni say, what are you here for? Or say oba for visit. Now, wo any immigration officer na, again na, ubedrin. Straight away, you'll be tempted to think, sir, Davy, idea nipa ni edi bano, and ye papa. Now it creates a lot of problems. And see, these are some of the problems. Students, tier 4, please, sir, Uber school, 1 away application to the university. School now Uber kono, and so in school no. Course now Uber yena, and so course now Uber yena. Maybe so class, how much deposit did you pay to the university? So 1 out you should be able to remember, say, I paid X amount of money to the university as my deposit. How do you get to campus? Adriana student representatives be power airport. Catch them say the student reps are waiting for me outside. We have communicated, and they are waiting for me to be prepared. We are going straight to campus. And also a idea over to me, okay, now with me happen. So that is also another area with students. With students. Now we visit visa visitors. And also there's been some detentions and return, not just retention, but retention and return. A bit here. Almost person will return your money at so say they I want to claim asylum. Into almost the age and almost ever because who claim asylum, I want to make a decision that same day. Ombe jawansa upa truma na uba and it then ubaka report is ansana ombe to me a decision. Now, Obi Basa Oba as a visitor. Wabuki Hotel. Meanwhile, the visa animal depend on council hotel. No? How are you going to convince an immigration officer? Say, how can you convince an immigration officer? Say, Uba as a genuine visitor? Because hotel nanka SSL Uba bedano. Wako council sa hotel no. Actually, say uni bibia Uba betna when you come as a visitor. So that is an issue. And now hina na invite wumpo. Ebi o mame, o brother, o uncle na invite o. Ya bisa anything on kai. Ana obisa say oba be share airport na o si David and also creates a lot of problems. And the visitors too, so nyame wa dum na yema officer na make sure say information na with the fully application form no bibia consistent. The extent say we do her, you don't have any problems. If you solve questions via not smoothly, you pass through and you go through. And therefore, that is what is going on. Detentions, detentions, detention. How to avoid being detained at the airport. Because from detention, no, you're detained at airport, huh? Not only your background checks, not what can happen is that they are not satisfied, they can cancel a visa. No. Ombetumi cancel visa no na omo de akọ back to Ghana. Ana ombetumi agi passport no na omo ma wo bibi a friend immigration bill. Immigration bill kyerɛ sɛ usese de bia ukọ report every week and every month. Ɛsɛ kɔ report sɛ medaso ewo krom ha. Until sir you regularize your stay, you keep reporting to them, and then your friend immigration bail, you are on bail. You have to report in that you are here as they've asked you to be in line with the conditions now. On the amount and on the amount of immigration bill. And now someone track who pass visa no more, and I know mama immigration bill, and they are still not satisfied. Then they will take you to detention center. Detention center, hot here. Who could do what? It's a different ball game. One shot, how number processing papers, the next available flight, not just a OD air call back to Ghana. Now, so one year wondering, set Usa Ubia Ebejawa Airport. The whole town came to see you up at the airport, said Bridge. The next day, not Usa Ghana. One shot, community on a idea with me as I go back. This a uko tech will baby because obi anim say what to kwine obi anim say ukuna be foul obi anim say ujira be foul obi anim say uba for visit obi anim say uba as a student obi anim say uba as a tourist obi anim say uba as a skilled worker. Then suddenly ade be cheno na wona usan ewo Ghana no e ba ni sa na aha adwen bebre. To avoid all of this, make sure say the information now with your two application form no bibia a genuine, bibia a consistent. Say a bisaw, ubadu hane a bisawa, na udi amount, na wafam asen. A juma awuye, visitors especially, a juma ben awuye, a bisaw say, what is the name of the company you work with? A biani a work application form listener, na wakobo bibi fufro. Sika sign na wuji a month, wakobo bibi fufro. And who are your sponsors? Wakobo bibi fufro. Ebanisa, straight away, they doubt the genuineness of your intention to come here as a visitor. Detention between them, and then you can be returned to your home country. So, all in all, to avoid detentions, the summary is make sure you have your information to hand. You see to hand and tell us what your paper so, but I mean it is readily available. You have some questions via not with your mouth. na wetumi afa but near ehia me pa ne emofra ne de no amodi 4 different sources of authority eba kire say emofra no amu detain because of niema omo ehunu nti birth certificates no bebre enye genuine. 2, UK Border Officer Independent Child Trafficking Guidance and International Immigration Report. Actually, there's a rise in the use of birth certificates which are not authentic. And they have the concern. Review of High Section 55 of the Borders, Citizenship and Immigration Act 2009, which is to ensure the best interests of a child. And don't take they stop children and people who are traveling with the children or the person who is traveling with the child to question you to be sure that the relationship is genuine. You are not bringing the child in as a trafficked person to come and abuse the child. And don't see that they normally question and then ultimately it leads to detention at the airport. Before they even release you, you would have undergone a lot of stress. Me recently, Bakubia Miyeye, Emofra, 3 children, I think, yes. From morning, Omufi, Ghana Ebedu Hano, it was around 6 p.m. or so, and Sani because they wanted to be sure that the children have not been trafficked or have not been brought here for exploitation. Yes, Remo, this is what is going to avoid detentions of children, for adults, for spouses, for students, for tier workers. Please ensure that your information are consistent with what you have on your application form. The Sanet here, happy days. You go through, you come to the UK and live your life in peace. DJ, this is what is of importance to me. And I'm Diabro. Anyway.
Champion lawyer Bakupe, lawyer wisdom, Akao, wise man solicitors. Yeah, that's it. Maybe out there at church we bring Friday be 5:30. Most of our motion more questions be move to me ebisana question time. I say few questions be aba. Safino we never bought channel no so ana shall bet me the question so abama maboma weti so obe so voice note so won't mean type e bi mutimi share but na bia almost share but won't mean type e obetimi a voice note na all the questions in so aba me the number na beto screen so say na be ya me the beto comment section me fan to comment section your WhatsApp number obetimi a WhatsApp me na che say me the beto voice note no ono so tie na we ano but mo amode mo questions so aba na me the beto screen so see say na be ya lawyer ebetimi answer into lawyer I think say questions time starting na menya few ones bi wa ase na me fan to so mo de mo questions by na okay yeah sorry take it away.
Hello, Mr. Sari. I hope you're doing good. Good evening, lawyer. Please, can I switch from UK spouse 2.5 years visa to care sponsorship visa? If yes, can I switch at any time or I should wait for my 2.5 years to end? Well, so we'll check the provisions under the under the health and care visa as well. Yes. So we'll share the provisions under the care sponsorship visa now. It is possible 100% to switch. To switch here. Obia Awaha as a child student. Obia Awaha as a student, and it's a short course, 9 months course. No, to switch and go to the health and care. Number 2, Obia Awaha as a carer of a child student. So uba ewa as a student. Now when I will share ubani soa, want to meet and switchy and call the health and care. So number 3, obia our immigration bail. What about do airport? Almost the engine to set near Usi ubano, something uba, and yama bail. One want to mean switch. I send ya ubia walk from her. Want to meet health and care. Number 4, Obi a owo krom ha as a domestic worker in a private household. Also, means switch and call help and care their estate. Number 5, obi a owo ha as a seasonal worker. Omo a mo piki apple ni sa nyama no. You can also now switch to the healthcare worker. But apart from that, students, spouses, other tier 2 workers, and all other categories, charity workers can switch from their current status to the health care route also. You do not have to wait until the visa expires or it is nearly expiring. You can switch at any time. You can switch anytime, provided you have a sponsor who will issue you the certificate of sponsorship issued by the Home Office. You are able to switch to that route. So that is the answer to your questions. You don't have to wait. Mr. Sunny or Danny, if I am traveling to the UK with an infant and a toddler, what are some of the documents that I need to present at immigration in case they stop us? Thank you, Mark. I think the best thing to do is, if you are the parent of the child or the kids, please have their birth certificates with you. Have their birth certificates with you. With the birth certificates, Udin was so, Abuprandin was so, Nimamidin was so, that is a solid evidence. Particularly if the birth was registered within 1 year of when the child was born. Please have it on you. So maybe you have some pictures of the child on your phone, you and the kids on your phone, or even some printed, particularly on your phone. And also it's a very good evidence. I'm afraid, and I'm afraid, so these are maybe two things you can have on you to show, sir. I'm afraid, so that is pretty straightforward. Yes.
So
SBTV Africa. Okay.
maybe so oh share screen so me WhatsApp number and ye obetimi so wontimi type it or comment section na obetimi the WhatsApp message number question person be brief just short one na mebo mo wetie na oyiwa no me hu say obi the question bi aba but we under US so we ka UK asemo and a lawyer obetimi answer
Let me
yeah.
share. I'll say, please. I was traveling to the USA and doing transit in Schiphol, and I was stopped and detained for 2 weeks. Wow. And sent back to Ghana. Can I please book another flight to the USA? Wow. Why would you be stopped and detained for 2 weeks? Wow, that's serious. For what reason? I'm sure they would have given you some paperwork and stuff like that. Um, unless it is for any damaging purpose, I think you should report it. You don't just take these things for granted. You don't know where the reports have gone. You don't know what information they've left on you. You don't know where they passed it on to. You never know. And if you don't report it to the immigration in the country or wherever the authorities, now someone could jack some damaging reports or information about you. If you ever book it, your visa, your flight to USA, we do also now if you are some from so air channel. So I would have preferred you to make some report at least to the authorities before you book again to travel. Yeah, so I think you can, but please make sure you do some background work and sana. Wait to me, Ayesa Akwanto. Hello, Mr. Echampong. Please, I have a sister who went to the UK as a student for 1 year but did not go to the school. Can she switch to another visa? Hello, Mr. Echampong. Well, it can be possible to switch. Enra, Enra, yeah, Obi Bami Ho. Similar situation. Oba Yena, Oko school ho, Echo Gini biometric permit. Student card no I just over sitting na. Oji wie no, I think yeah na ocheki ewo gov.uk. Uko internet no so, na uko Google, na udi bo gov.uk, gov.uk. Ubo di share ho na ayi aba. Na why bibi e no share code. Na wabɔ ahyɛm. Na ayi akyerɛ ne sɛ or the right to work in the UK. Not in the picture, and then the BBR Ediaba. And the yana or year from time to time to check, sir, or that's so was sitting on. Okoji here and those first month, first two, three, few months, not every time or year, not aba. Recently, Okoye, you know, it said you do not have the right to work in the UK. It means that university no are informing if you can see him for say papa no wamba school and te ne visa no omwatwem. Se sana etia ene wontumi switchi ana obetumi switch mpo a gise ebia aware a eba wom ana abanoma ewom ene wetumi switch akoso. But say we switch as a tier worker or to another category as obi a was sitting there one share say could do home office hop na so mo check if you say sand pay or was sitting na eyi basa de bi ya was sitting na mo a ene e kire say wontimi en switch to the other category. So I would say it's going to be a 50-50 chance. Either say I'm checking on their system you are still here validly or legally, or if they check and it shows that you are not here legally, then they will look at other factors. Say, who switch it as a spouse, a woman, and if they pick based on abufra one shall not add the amount. But abufra anymore, then you may have to go back to your home country, stay there for 1 year before you can come back, in accordance with paragraph 320 of the Immigration Act, of the immigration rules, which gives grounds for refusal of applications. So yes, you may or may not be, depending on the current status of the visa now or chrono. And to encore gov.uk, now I enter share code. Now on click employer details. Now on find share say yiba the picture any date now share code and share code manner. Naturally say home office in fact amonsa enka na sitina no. But oye that's a ma naturally say home office for either say or cancel the student visa until in that case over switching poor it has to be under different rules. Thank you. I'll say hello Mr. Dako. About the marriage and the dates of customer marriage and the date of registration. Which one do you have to give when asked? Give the one that is on the marriage certificate. Give the one that is on the marriage certificate. Now, yenim say, well, memenim say, ansa na bokako register wa warrior either at the registry, AMA, KMA, TMA, or any of the registries. No, as a set, we are a fee warrior first. And not first of all, you're knocking before the customary marriage ceremony and sign a registration. Even though customer one no, nyoma yo fear no, at that date no, and not even though you may do this and then later go and register the marriage at the registry ni dear. Amon fan nyamu wo efie no, won fa sa date no end to so. Nyamu ye wo registry ho no, eno na amodi betu so. But se wo register as a customary marriage, ene de nyamu ye e wo fie no, sa date no na ebeba so. So long and short answer to your question is, which date should you give? Date na e wo document ni so no, eno ena fama wo. Se omo bisa further question say, well, did you have to do any customary marriage and ceremony? Yes, of course. With these customary ceremonies, the families met, etc., etc., and then ultimately or subsequently, we went and registered the marriage, and the registration date is what is on the marriage certificate. So, what kind of date now? What certificate? No, and no, and now I'm going to now it's a consistent answer. Thank you. JRKB. Hello. My husband did his settlement with London address and he is moving out from London address, which means his address for indefinite leave to remain will change. Please, will it be a problem? It shouldn't be a problem. I won't say UK had here, yet me to anytime. Ukot nefi bina ehon yamawa, you can move. And I walk time bika kra, wanya sika kakra, nyamia domo. They say the work is all told baby kakra, you can always move, buy your own place and move on. The fact that what's an address now does not change anything at all. What's the son? And I was the son, a money bank in home, GP versus employers been home. Now that is the most important thing. Because so your application now, I won't be sound your current address. Would you better so? The next question I'm going to be said, have you lived at this address for 2 years? What take years, then you move on. What take Noah? No more be what was your previous address? And do your previous address in Ebebaso? And this one moving Abia to Sheffield and not to Birmingham or to Manchester. Na ɛhɔ na wɔte. Na ɔbɛyɛ application bi a ɔmɛbisa ne sɛ your current address. The current address will be in Sheffield or Birmingham or Manchester. The previous address ɛbɛyɛ London address na ɔte ansa na ɔkɔ within the last 2 years. So this is a zero problem, not to worry about at all. Hello, Cindy Mensa. My husband's biometric card is to be renewed next year. He is on a spouse visa. Please, do I have to be working as I'm currently a stay-at-home mom? Well, sir, or buyer with the as a spouse on the spousal visa. That is, it came with Appendix FM, Section ECP as a spouse. Afei, Osankoye application under Appendix FM as a spouse, LTRP, SUA. The requirement here, relationship, immigration, financial, English language, and accommodation. So what will happen is that financial side now, you're supposed to meet £18,600 a year. So wo unye juma, na se papa ye juma, na sika ononya more than 18,600. You are okay. You don't have to worry. But the second year under 18,600, then you have an issue. One share, on my unit 5 years no so, it did not go to 10-year route no so. And yes, and I'm Mr. Send the second say and your original under 18,600, and your one more thing, and your extra hours. My name book and cook about 18,600. Is 18,600 from the husband or from the wife or from both? And then say that should not be a problem, provided you can meet it from either side. Ernest Eshan, is it safe to travel EU settlement, pre-settlement? Oh, okay. The question is not full, but I think I understand it. If I understand it right, our EU settlement scheme, pre-settlement, which is 5 years, is it safe to travel? Of course, it's safe to travel, provided set ubedu krom ha. Now you be some questions we about upapa and our mamia or no tea na unyaye ubetumi ama mwaye and our yiri and our kuno ujina so edinyaye ubetumi ama mwaye, and yet you have no problems at all. It's safe to travel. Minimum bia bakubia lawyer be handle there's been complications into we had to discuss or seek advice. I mean, we seek advice, we talk to each other. Obano, onusu kura pre-settlement ya, and or ni krom or Ghana, Obano, and I will be sending questions. They be sending Nikuno ding on Kai, Nikuno middle name. Yebisano, Nipana representing no on kind of thing. Nipana representing a papano on kind of thing. If you are Nikuna Kasankasa Yejumano or see on Kai. Into only the only so ya just and one and on the Ubian Bisani review. And until your way and say, Omuchana sitting animal. So say no, a Danny court case, Sika or say unnecessary waste of money, and or she shed near a year, and problems win Emma. And until the Yaba ever married to Mupse, set the Baya, she shall never ye. So two quine, Nasa Uba, Mawukuno, and now we almost our airport ha the information on them, who information on them because of your kuno or your ye, and ya trainer, you got beside questions there, who got ene, they be everything is there, straightforward. Now with me from Abba. So yes, it is safe to travel, provided that everything is in place as it should be. Thank you so much.
All right, lawyer wisdom Akao, wise man solicitors, yeah, that's it. I mean, picky, I think some voice note you have, but the numbers need to screen so say, Obia, Ebia, and you'll be able to type, with me, was comment section, with me, a voice note there, but I think some one or two be and two be as a lawyer, no.
That's fine.
Yeah, time no there. I can bear 12 minutes now. Lawyer, Mammy for into me.
Mate.
Good evening. If told me so, Ubisa lawyer say, Obi eba UK, what the least amount I was say one maybe back for visit, and what the amount that shouldn't exceed. And I can also visa card used as a proof of fund that I want who say Oba as a toll. And then I'm person will be a lawyer, a mummy. Can you say? Obi
Yo.
ba ubesere obi nipa na mo invite on sa ka visa we bedu ye contact host na mo invitation na mo nsa nka no ana so ka so I have invited you. That's a enough fund. Can you convince the immigration officer or port entry officers to say I have enough money to tour here and I'll book hotel, etc. Thank you.
Okay, lawyer.
Yeah, thank you so much. This is a very, very good question. Excellent question. I would take the second one first. So, Obia invited you, not when him say, and then na wuba. Na wabedu ha, your friend, not osi debi, or expect you Obia. Who are wuba no? Assume say we are immigration officer. Be objective. Be very objective. At the end, I will be here. Straight away, no. Everyone who said, nipa no, first of all, on ma as a genuine visitor. Because obi a usi obi a invite you, or the letter support it, your friend nipa no, na say ebia one fakra is different from say, obefa, obeka say, or invite you, and now when him say, uba. Ebanisa, it is very unlikely, sir, the immigration officers will be persuaded based on Sika warranty to let you through. So the most important thing is that Uba upon an inviter, whatever it takes, make sure say any sponsor no communication is very key between you. And then and I may fit Ghana. A channel 7 a.m. near Beju. Mr. Ubet me Shami Airport. So I want to be Mampua. My phone and that one chain. Your frewa, Mr. Wafa. Your friend no fa or confirm via not everything goes smoothly. But one fact, it creates issues. For fact, Uncle can be contrary as well, it creates additional issues. Not very likely, sir, they will let you pass through only because of the amount of money you have. Or you haven't even booked a hotel that even damages your case. So please make sure it is done well. I'll go to the first question. I'll say how much money is enough money. You know how much money should be the minimum. Now, so time now we complete the application form. No, I'm gonna be sour form this. So, how much money do you intend to spend on your visit? If you can, £1,500, and a £2,500, and a £3,000. And in media, make us say, near who can ye on the application form. No, you can have that and maybe a little more. Who got 1,500, now got 2,007. I think that is reasonable. And I look at 1,500. Now look at £2,000. I don't think that is fatal. But look at 1,500. Now look at £10,000. The question is, if you can show the source of your funds, that shouldn't be a problem. But usually, before you can carry that amount of money to the UK, because of the BIF and the money laundering, and they want to know the source of your funds. And the answer to the question is just keep enough that as much as you stated you will have on you when you complete the application form, a little more should be fine, but not less than what you said you were going to be spending in the UK. Mr. I'll be Ankara. Okay, my children's dad. Okay, so that's a mix. My children's dad is a citizen in the UK, but when he was coming to the UK, he did not add the children's name. Hey, what was your chicken? Oh, please. He did not add the children's name in his document. Please, what do I do if he wants to bring his children? Okay, please, your children are not chickens, so can you correct the spelling for me? All right. I know these things happen. Home office have refused people because they refuse children because parents need airbano. This can be resolved. If they refuse you, that is not an issue. Set or pet. Be straightforward. Onye DNA. Nyamuka about you didn't say that you had children, you didn't put the children's name and everything on it. That is not an issue. The real issue is, are the children related? Are the children his children? If yes, DNA report will confirm that the children are his children, and that is enough. A Kodu court in Pua, you can argue. You cannot use the fact that Papa Nan disclosed it, say, oh, one man, we can't use it against the children. The children did not complete the form, so that should not be used against the children. DNA can be a solution to that problem. It is very likely to come up, but DNA can solve that problem. Remember, DNA is not compulsory. It's not mandatory. But the one person the case to support application. Hello, okay. Mr. Yao Asari, thank you too. Thank you very much too. I really appreciate you. I really appreciate you all. I say thank you very much for answering my question for me. I will watch this program every Friday too. Okay.
So thy kingdom
Thy
come.
kingdom come, thy kingdom come. Me drop short hands note.
So thy kingdom come. Anyway,
Thy kingdom come.
lawyer wisdom account wise man solicitors. You better must say Friday beyond if you other beyond 5:30. Na oba or this church we ba. Ebeboa wo hwe bi na wo share na wo nua bi to ba. Aha UK sensem one UK o. When you lawyer AK Poku, like AK Poku there. No US. When there. Who be the US asema. But me matete nsem bi me lawyer AK Poku me share next week. Very important pa. Enra lawyer me nim say what ya. US for no. Almost all fa Mexico or the room no.
I know.
And sensem bi apio no. Yes, you room ba me no. Me no me ntimi church say ye.
Yes.
Nti me pe lawyer AK Poku. Number chair mo ase because yes who room na see ya chewa as at enra 12 a.m. Who room to see na mo fa Brazil ni ade na mo ko fam na ya chewa see ya chewa we hear there so ko room so e be chew because almost we deploy over 25,000 the security with then police for immigration then who ko room ya chew first you be ban no you be ya na ma ban no no ma you pie na no aba back to baby of free Ghana ya to aba Ghana sa wo sa ko remu bie mu dia eni de obe ko jail microphone block corners ni nyina everything kan microphone remu ma isi na awon say e obom dey in there microphone remu na obom it is say be ban microphone na ye jailing microphone e be to nwa aba back America for where America asemo but yenti obosomu de na new measures no prime minister no say den matiti bibi me bibi na me se me bisa okra mo prime minister na say okra bibi I think say this week mo ka bibi on and I last week
it's with regards to also Omufa and so on so bano.
Eh,
Almost these very strict measures we have to prevent the people smugglers. Very, very strict measures. And apart from that, no, so the Archbishop of Canterbury so it can be recently said it's a quite to prevent people from illegal people from staying in the country and also and yet very humane. And it is all in the system. Yeah, can was in fact. Obi friend will say, Okaza Prime Minister mom na Obaba ahuho, but they say you no cry, and you cry. And I'm saying, well, that is what happens sometimes. Set, Obroni was so or ye near so ye. So Nipa Obi on your brony baswa, or person extra, and each other say, oh, ye, Jumana, it ends up affecting and affecting and affecting. So unfortunately, that is what is happening. But yeah, sure. But the beautiful thing about the UK is that Semrani Bar, we can challenge it all the way to the Supreme Court. Honey dear, would it be bar and just all the abanti sign it can be challenged to the first year tribunal, upper tribunal, court of appeal, high court, to the court of Supreme Court, to the Supreme Court. So I know dear, eba, now so the system is there to fight. Is there refugee fight here the Omoko Rwanda? Up to now, won't find because the case is still in court. I bet me about cyber do baby, not even one person will be removed. So that is how the legal system in the UK works against some of these.
lawyer before major also me TBB, but meaning say what the meaning say formation never ya na what me did say if you can see say and so ya the amom say omo ni nyama no send the mama te Ghana for nyama me ke mo ni nyama na mo be account ni ade me
Oh,
ni pro
man can last week.
okay last week one
I'm
I'm
saying
go use the can yeah okay last week okay
yeah,
one any
yes.
about bio man maybe I will be half no no 20 boss bio man
Yo, me also me the carrier all over the place.
yeah
Now,
last week okay yeah
in 2012, and I'm running society, and I'm with some baby by a friend. In fact, Mama Theresa May, or say she was going to make the country a very, very. There's a word she used. So, just a one with Timna, so one to me, no one power bag, no one call. Or say hostile environment. It's going to be a very hostile environment. Hostile to the extent that one power bag, no one call. And until I'm here from 14 years, and they call 20 years. And I'm with the buyer said, so when you're sitting now, driving licenses, now driving licenses, you have to return it to the DVLA. And I'm with the buyer who said, when you're sitting now, want to me rent it down. When you're sitting now, who be a bank account, and our bank account, as I said, I'm close it. But bank account, dear no, a dime, dear no, Eda so ye juma. Driving license, dear no, a juma. Bank, dear no, I'm jaya because we do a high wish, win rush. Win rush. Hey, you all said Jamaica for now, I'm buy a long time ago now. If you ever warm ma ewa I want to come be I'm British passport. Sorry, I'm British birth certificate. I'm birth certificate in Echo be account. What now come for 40 years, 50 years. One ko be but on British passport. Onu de onim say or a British citizen. Obi sa no, omo de omo nsa echo kan omo account and a creative problems. I say, hey, me my plan from 40 years, 50 years, 60 years. The fact I'm in British passport and just me British. Who say home office they are come on say me near sitting and take what closing account a creative problem. Yemu bin so ya wo ma e wo krom ha. Ye ma no e dia wa wo no. Who are sitting but one give British passport a man no. And don't take on so could be account with the birth certificate. Sabo frano, the fact say one British passport and just on your British. And it's the home office, the information media call. Now, who calls this Frana counter? I don't see the problem. And nothing on Omujaya. But last year, December, and our Prime Minister Eshemu Kina said they are going back to it. And from April, last month, Home Office is sharing data with all the financial institutions. Home Office is sharing data with all the financial institutions, sir. Sir, uya obi a wo kroma a wo ni krata, wo ni asitna. Sir, wo current account, As I said, Emma home office for who. So who we are home office, but me I catch them say they should close your accounts. So they share as here from current account. Obinim one share na call savings, na call investment. Sana eka. Into my share say eyampa. I have said it and I'm re-emphasizing say se wo ni asit na okrom ha na se wo current account a sika na wo mu no se wo ni bebia wodi ana wo ni bibia wodi ko akoye sese a misra ko yi fa breme because media me were charity institutions were Ghana and the back support charity than say omu edi omu nsa ebetu sika so se wo mfa nya bibia kra ye fa charities e were Ghana and yes sir woni asitina who are current accountant. The point is the home office is sharing the data with financial institutions for them to check. They will inform the home office, then the home office will instruct whether they should close your account or not. So DJ Nyauti ano eyampa mia media tuja and I'm saying it again say sana abano. And say it's clear warning to everybody who does not have the right to be in the UK, but they have a current account.
Nice one, lawyer wisdom. Akao obinfo oye hot man pa man we. Get from rough. Yeah, that is ne next wenya adaje oni ya wabe cheche mo me unsa fe de bi de questions but we wait make keep na me adoma next week time aso time ne kwapa ho na me adoma next week Friday obesan ba happy o ba questions mo fam rantem entina ya me ka che mo share link no hwa na wa share mo bi on tap subscribe no say me aso na me adoma no so na wo no ade kokko ne ya cho subscribe me aso adoma na wo so me aso na take oh say na be ye ba life pe obehu nti lawyer me da say we be person we can address omo UK ho London omo outside London other places no person mo ba mo office omo frame money ade the numbers and a good screen so no betimi abo na address no so lawyer yetio
yeah be say a tier 4 share 4 from all over the place, from Cambodia, from Guyana, from everywhere, all over the world. DJ Nyami who be we a top man just say who be hey, who are Japan? Who are just say
Daily Hustle Worldwide, #1 show. Your fans will be here.
Why are there? More grace to you.
I can't North Korea and Afghanistan. North Korea, now North Korea president don't mean into internet where we want chatty say you go can't catch you for your room. On our blocking networks now. It's North Korea pa they say Ghana need me war pa. So betting me frame me. About me lie with them doubt it. Obi or be on try. North Korea. So I'm a president. A serious man. I'm blocking networks now. I want to mean videos rough. So man want to mean videos rough. Anyway, lawyer our address and I mean him said the contact details on screen. So betting me
contact details on screen.
What's the junction for?
Yes. Address me at Waxman Solicitors, number 8 to 9, the Print House, 18 to 22, Ashwin Street. You were Dalston Junction, Dalston, Dalston Junction. Our London, East London. Postcode near E8 3DL. Echo 8 3 Delta Lima. You were Dalston Junction. You were McDonald's next. You bang. Dalston Market, no sir. Uba or Dalston Market, ni pet. Baby, or your friend, money matters. Who call money matters when I see upe. Wise man solicitors, and I lawyer wisdom, Obama direction. And as all cock sister, you are Gana phobia walk Dalston Market going. I'll call her now, this I said, upe. Wise man solicitors contact her. I'm with the amount. And now your numbers no air screen so 0208 0165 384. 0208 0165 384. Fra, your more direction. Just 2 minutes from the Dalston Market, you are in our office. My mobile number near 079 31 411 042. 079 31 411 042. Yet that would be I really appreciate you all. I don't take you for granted. May the Lord give you good grace. May He restore us. May He keep us safe. Thank you. Nyami Adumwa. That's a net. DJ Nyami, thank you so much.
Lawyer akpe na mi esia.
Akwe na wa ha sia.
Mauna ira esia.
Na yira wa ha. Ma wona ejomo onlo.
Anyway, yeah, the lawyer wisdom akao as I say obe pass it through a show, making sure say every Friday be ano so UK and some the questions be ano or the bar or you very good or you very anytime anybody show or form keke. No him say no be ana well form day form my corner office be 3 times. Me ba UK on na me hosa anti on there or heavy pa me call so pressure on so enyuma ba no so pa. Diana Moleki Sharp. Anyway, Madam I say, Madam I say, SBTV Africa videos no yeri bebregum. You mean in live crown, you videos want to make sure say, Obeshebi, so on tap subscribe, so yeah, me also, no when your notification. SBTV Africa, the voice of the community. Madam production team, I say, DJ Click Sharon and Atina. Big shout out to Melo, code Atta. Everybody DJ Nyame, Ushiamu Kroma, I say tour. Na majis to tour. Ajumapa app na ba ai mo amuhia amam for service no omubo Ajumapa ko Play Store ni App Store na download Ajumapa and as a website www.ajumapa.com so na tap send mo pese mo send sika ebra now for fee e Ghana abroche for and one say we download tap send ko Play Store ni App Store o UK Europe Canada ni US download tap send mo pese obi so ye adwuma bi ma wa in terms of incident ma plumbing tilers artisans bia ne away omo ye into repairing home service am be clean ofie ni ade download Ajumapa na obehu details ni nyina wo madam ase so chale yaminka mo amode messages ba nyina mehu rare money zone mehu mo nyina Albi Ankra Cynthia Mensa JRKB Lawrence Darkon Ernest Shen Tafisco Emma Tafisco Paul Owusu Champon Henry Owusu Medamase Munyina Gloria Lomas Randy Carr Magdane Zani Semamboni Yeswa Dieta Aqua okay yao Asare yao Frimpon Kweku Ananse Banks, you see lawyer, who say we you? Or say who say we? Who say your finance minister no? Yeah, sorry, okay. Accra Commando, big shout out. Amwa Kojo Emmanuel, Melandu Mulia, okay. Isaac Jamina, Zion TVs, okay. Madam say some SBTV Africa. Much videos no be brave. Integrity, okay. Henrietta Asante, Emmanuel Sechi. Make it make sense. Madam say. So Charlie, all the best, guys. Big shout out to you all.
Living in Ghana, abroad, a first-timer visiting Ghana, or a company wondering where to get quality service providers in Ghana for any job? Then Ajumapa On-Demand Services is here to assist you. Ajumapa On-Demand Services connect requesters and service providers such as masons, plumbers, electricians, auto repairers, home and office cleaners, trash collectors, rent agents, spa attendants, roofers, beauticians, teachers, CCTV installers, and all artisans on one platform. Yes, one platform. Trust Ajumapa On-Demand Services to sort you out any day, anywhere, and at any time. To download the app, please visit the App Store and Play Store or visit our website www.ajumapa.com.